the hoarding on the background of the protest of the stage clearly demands.
Right. Okay. Stay with us. More breaking news coming in. In the latest update in the issue with regards to allotment of a centre in Abu Dhabi to a candidate in Nagpur, the NTA has issued a clarification. The NTA said that its web activity records indicate that the city change in this case was made through the candidate's own registered login during the open correction window with a consistent single user access pattern. It added that despite the Abu Dhabi centre being chosen by the candidate, NTA personnel immediately initiated the change and contacted the candidate's father on the 19th evening itself to help them complete the formal process. Atul Ranjan continues to be with us on this story. Atul, NTA has issued a clarification now on the mix-up regarding the exam centre for a prospective student.
Well, yes, what we were given to understand is that a Nagpur candidate earlier, he complained about getting an exam center which was in Abu Dhabi. Now, interestingly, the person, resides in Nagpur, and as in fact, by NTA rules, most of the students, around 99% students, tend to get their examination center in the same city where they reside. But this particular student of Nagpur was allotted a city in Abu Dhabi. Now, interestingly, that student did not even have a passport. That is when the student, the issue really blew up, and then NTA took cognizance of the matter. And what now we have heard from DG of the NTA as well, that the students' admit card has been, has been updated. In fact, the examination center has been re-allotted, and a new examination center in Nagpur has been allotted. But clearly, another major, fiasco from the NTA, not really giving confidence to the students who are supposed to take the re-examination tomorrow, and all the criticism that the NTA has been receiving for sort of mismanagement, website glitches, as well as paper leaks. Clearly, this case is not helping. But as of now, the NTA says that they have resolved the issue, and the student has been allotted another center in Nagpur itself.
All right, more updates, in fact, also that we're tracking now this hour. Re-NEET question papers have been transported to all states using Indian Air Force helicopters. The papers have been stored in the strong rooms of the central bank. So the papers now have been transported. Indian Air Force helicopters were used. Indian Air Force helicopters were, of course, used. Also, we are learning that they have been stored in strong rooms of central banks, Atul.
Well, yes, as part of the process, if you remember, Air Force was roped in to take the question papers from national capital to at least, several regional hubs, at least 18 regional hubs where the Air Force helicopters and, aircrafts transported the question papers to those designated regional hubs. After that, through a security cavalcade, a 3-tier security cavalcade was supposed to take those question papers to those nearby examination centers. And in fact, at those examination centers as well, strong rooms were created to hold, to protect the question papers and not allow for any unauthorized access to those question papers. So clearly, the security mechanism that was set by Defense Ministry as well as the state authorities, with the help of the NTA, the nodal agency in this matter, they are, in fact, today, as I speak, mock drills were conducted across the examination centers as well, where students and other volunteers were involved to take just to check the security framework and part of the process that was conceptualized, if that is getting on smoothly or not. And as of that, what you are given to understand from across the country is that mock drills have been conducted. The papers are being rightly stored in the strong rooms, where tomorrow on Sunday, when finally students are supposed to come to the exam halls and write their papers, that is when those strong rooms would be opened and when the papers would be taken to the examination hall. So NTA has tested all of its preparedness that it has been certainly claiming for over the weeks right now, and that today we are seeing the mock drill of that happening across the country. Let's see what happens tomorrow, because ultimately tomorrow is not just students' test, but also NTA as well as Education Ministry is also on a testing line.
All right, more updates as well now that we're tracking on the broadcast. Atul, thank you for joining us. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on a 2-day visit to West Bengal. He will be participating in Paschim Bongo Divas celebrations in Hooghly today and launching multiple development projects across railways, agriculture, rural development, fisheries and animal husbandry.